You had a really close relationship with Tupac.
Yeah, me and Tupac, we were close. Tupac back in the day when I don't know if you remember the Stone on Broadway Street.
I heard about it.
Yeah.
Isn't that where he got mopped up?
Yes. And what I did was try, to separate him from, really getting too mopped up.
Oh, so you were there that night?
Yeah, I was there that night, performing that night, and I just, I'm always with the peace, man. And I guess Pocket, appreciated that. It was like, good looking out, for,
Interesting. Yeah, because that was over like some line that Richie Rich said on a song with the Gov, I guess, where he mentioned Fillmore.
Right.
And it sounds like some people took it the wrong way.
Took it the wrong way. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Life is sometimes, So, I was like, Richie always been a good, loved one too as well. So I just didn't want to see them all, messed up and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I guess we should say, like, at the time, you're talking about like all the unity in the neighborhood, and as the 80s and 90s went on, and things got more and more separated.
Yeah, that's real.
But you were able to kind of stay out of that, and
and stay out that lane. You know what I mean? I never, I even never was with the violence or anything like that.
Yeah,
that wasn't me.
Okay, so that's a hell of an introduction to meet Pac like that.
Right.
And so from there, y'all just kind of kept in contact.
Kept in contact and, sent letters and et cetera, and, supported him. Times I was in and he'd be out, he'd do the same thing, you know what I mean?
Right, because at the time that you're dealing with your cases, he's dealing with cases too.
Exactly, yeah.
So did y'all kind of like bond over that too?
Yeah, we bond over that, and then I finally met up with him, seen him, finally got together in L.A., you know what I'm saying? We sucked up with the Death Row, and we made the collaboration happen, you know
So
what I
that
mean?
was years in the making, basically. Y'all just... I think there's it might be his last interview with Sway, where he talks about that, how y'all were always in communication during that time.
Right.
Never got to work together because...
Right, in and out, you know what I mean?
And that's kind of what the song is about too. Only God can judge me.
Only God can judge me, yep.
And DJ Quick, did DJ Quick produce that?
That was produced by Doug Rashid, is his name.
Okay, I want to say Quick. Was Quick there? I feel like he was recording it or he engineered it or something.
He probably was in the studio at the time, at K&M's studio. I was on the road and I ended up, I think I was on the road just doing a show with C.C. Peniston back in the day. He went on up in Death Row and made that happen,
Yeah, there's a famous photo of y'all in the studio. I believe Johnny J, Tupac, yourself.
Right.
Was that during the making of that song?
Yeah, that was during that time as well.
Yeah, I mean, y'all talk about it on the song, like some of the stuff that you were going through, but what are some of the things that he shared with you about everything he was dealing with?
He shared with me is that, politics, a lot of things be politics, you know what I mean? And just got to be careful who you're dealing with, pretty much. He's real talented, though.
Yeah.
Prolific, very prolific,
Well, he's known for, like, being very quick in the
with
studio.
the pen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, did you have a relationship with Suge or anybody else at Death Row, too?
Well, Suge, Suge was good, he was a cool individual. Never really did no harm to me or anything like that. And the Dog Pound and Dash, Corrupt, the list goes on, Snoop. Shout out to all of them, Death Row.
I feel like Snoop in particular has always shown you a lot of love.
Yeah, he always has. I always appreciated that about Snoop too as well.
Did he ever share with you like if the Bay Area had any influence on his style?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, he said he always did like my style. He always did like the Richie Rich style. The list goes on. Sally Sale, GLP. The list goes on. The whole gumbo.
That's dope.
Yep.
Did Tupac share with you any plans about his One Nation project?
No, but he did bring to my attention that he did want to do his solo thing. You know what I mean? After he paid his dues, he had to pay. He did want to do his own thing too as well, which was the plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's gonna start his own label.
Exactly.
Was he talking about working with you?
Yes, working with me, working with the Bay Area, working with the whole huddle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it seems like a lot of people don't really give Tupac like his credit for, how he represented the Bay.
Right. They should, because he did represent the Bay to the fullest extent.
And before he died, he actually had plans to like bring more Bay Area artists.
Bring more Bay Area artists. We were even supposed to do a video with Only God Can Judge Me. But life happens.
Well,
things happen.
Rest in peace, Tupac.
Rest in peace, Pac.
That's a big contribution to hip hop that you were able to make by appearing on that album.
Exactly. Yes. And it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. It's a blessing too as well.
Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.